I'm Priscilla Hunt, Executive Director of Association for Couples in Marriage Enrichment, ACME, doing business as Better Marriages. As perhaps you know, the National Board of Directors has voted unanimously to dissolve Better Marriages as a 501c3 nonprofit organization effective December 31st, 2024. In a previous video, I shared some of the organizational trends within Better Marriages that helped inform this decision. In this video, I'll share some trends within our society, gathered largely from the U.S. Census, Pew Research, and our own focus groups, and let you connect the dots as to how these trends impact our ability to continue to serve couples in the way we have for more than 50 years. Let's start with what we learned from our focus groups. In 2017, we engaged a professional to help us conduct interviews with couples aged 20 to 60. What we learned, I believe, falls into the category of societal trends. Here are some key ideas from the executive summary of our findings. Most of those interviewed appeared not to have given much or any thought to the kind of relationships that they want to build with their spouses. The concept of developing an intentional, proactive approach to developing the skills needed to cultivate strong, happy relationships with their partners seem foreign to them. When they have problems, most default to either seeking professional help from a licensed therapist, or they rely on their spouse to work things out together, just the two of them. They have zero interest in joining a membership organization and paying dues. They don't want to sit around with other couples and talk about their relationship. Instead of marriage enrichment, they prefer fun social activities with other couples. They believe that any organization that doesn't openly serve couples in non-traditional relationships is outdated and irrelevant. So let's look at some of those non-traditional relationships. Marriage looks very different today than it did in 1973 when Better Marriages was founded. There's been a decline in traditional marriages. Fewer couples are choosing to marry at all. Non-traditional marriages are on the rise. Well, let's look at cohabitation, living together without marriage. 69% of Americans said that it is 100% acceptable for couples to live together whether they plan to get married or not. That percentage is even greater among those below the age of 30. 80%, so 8 in 10, see cohabitation as a viable option. Roughly 9 million U.S. households are maintained by a cohabiting couple. 65% of adults say that unmarried couples should be able to enter into legal agreements that would give them the same rights as married couples when it comes to things like health insurance, inheritance, or tax benefits. And how about same-sex couples? In 2015, same-sex marriage became legal nationwide. In the last decade, the number of same-sex married households more than quadrupled. There are approximately 711,000 married same-sex couples and around 500,000 unmarried same-sex couples living together. Another way that couples are choosing to live together in an intimate relationship is to live under separate roofs. This is called a LAT marriage, L-A-T, living apart together. These marriages involve partners who maintain separate households while remaining emotionally connected and committed to each other. In these marriages, couples prioritize individual freedom and autonomy while also nurturing their relationship. There are 3.89 million Americans who are living apart from their spouses. Approximately 2.95% of married Americans are LAT marriages. Let's look at a trend called starter marriages. A starter marriage is like a starter house. It's typically short-lived. It serves as a learning experience to understand what partners want and need in a long-term relationship. These marriages offer individuals an opportunity to explore the dynamics of marriage without the expectation of its lasting forever, providing valuable insights for future relationships intended to last. And there are societal trends in general, unrelated to relationships. Last year, 1 out of 2 nonprofits failed to grow revenue. If my math is correct, that's 50%. We're not alone. 68% of membership organizations had difficulty attracting new members. We're not alone. Organization size dictates the level of difficulty in growing or even maintaining revenue. Smaller organizations face the most difficulty. In addition, the age of an organization impacts its ability to grow or maintain revenue. Did I mention we're 50 years old? Society-wide, total charitable giving has decreased. Giving by individuals fell by 13.4% last year. And trust has become a major factor in our society. Only 52% of Americans trust nonprofits, which means that 48% don't. People trust local organizations more than national or international ones. And social, civic, and membership clubs and organizations have been replaced by online social networks. Let's look at artificial intelligence. AI can generate effective and creative content effortlessly and immediately. An internet search can spit out resources compiled from various organizations, books, lectures, podcasts, etc., in a matter of seconds. Information can be found 24/7, anytime, night or day, and for free. So when you combine these societal trends with our organizational trends, it seems like a good time to pass the marriage movement baton to a newer, younger generation. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. The idea of digging in and ignoring these trends doesn't seem productive or wise. The National Board of Directors' decision to dissolve Better Marriages as a 501c3 nonprofit organization was not made lightly. We have been watching these trends for years, trying to figure out how we could drag Better Marriages into a world that looks and feels decidedly different than it did in 1973. We believe it's time to get behind other, younger organizations that are better equipped in this day and age to serve couples in ways that are relevant and that can continue well into the future.